What brand do you oddly associate with poor people? This is somehow being hijacked from poor to tacky, lacking taste, and classless. Poor is generic Cheerios and a teaspoon of sugar. Growing up wiping with single ply and driving a manual Toyota Tercel with no AC in the meth capital of the country. Flexing ugly gaudy designers and the early 2000s 3 series you can afford PC you live with mummy and daddy working at Wendy's is completely different. Nice clean shoes. Poor people seem to pride themselves on their shoes as a way to easily show they're all good. They seem to make a real effort to save for them. However, if you're not poor, you can have nice shoes, sure, but some scuffs and dirty soles shouldn't cause any huff. My great-grandpa was Ellis Island poor and was obsessed with shoes as a point of pride or shame. It seems more than a few people interpreted the question as what brand do you see and judge the buyer of said brand as a bad person. Well, they don't know what it means to be actually poor. And I'm not referring to the brands that are known for knockoffs fakes. Fabuloso. I worked a job as a house cleaner for low-income elderly people plus one wealthy couple, and for some reason the low-income people always had Fabuloso. And it was always that disgustingly fake-smelling purple one too. Any designer brand that has the logos displayed all over it in a prominent way. Also, Jordans. Many of my poor students at least have a nice pair of kicks and it's nearly always Jordans. Shasta. I grew up poor, and that's the only soda brand we had in my house till high school. My sisters and I could split one can a day. It was usually either root beer or black cherry. I read this as banned and immediately thought ICP for some reason. Anyway, for brand I'm going with Mountain Dew. It's just a thing, not Mountain Lightning either. Regular Mountain Dew. RC Cola. Couldn't afford Coke or Pepsi. Kmart when it existed. Target and Walmart were too expensive, and since we couldn't afford anything, Kmart had layaway. Anything designer, really. Poor people always go into massive debt, trying to look rich, while rich and super rich usually look mid to lower class. US Polo Association. The big polo logos are usually from this brand, and some people think it's actually Ralph Lauren. Related but nope. Aldi. Growing up I had the impression it was where the poor people shopped. Now I gladly and willingly shop there for my groceries. Those cans of frozen concentrate for juice in a plastic pitcher. Also anyone who has a ton of Rae Dunn stuff in every single room. Take a Rabanne. All my ex-boyfriends who didn't have money but wanted to show off the brand bought themselves. These perfumes. I always thought Aldi was the grocery store for poor people. As a not poor but also not rich adult, I shop there frequently. Hungry Man frozen dinner, Kraft dinner, ramen noodles and no-name foods that I don't care buy what you can afford. Scott tissue toilet paper. I couldn't wait to move out of my parents' house so I could buy better toilet paper. Brand new oversized pickup trucks are usually a good indicator of someone who makes poor financial decisions. Michael Kors. Their stuff is garbage and so tacky. Yet, every other woman shopping at Marshall's has a MK bag. Champion clothing. Call me old school, but that's still the poor kid brand in spite of its new raised cost. Any t-shirt from a very high-end brand with a billboard on it. I just assume you are broke and a poser. Alberto Vio 5 Strawberries Cream Shampoo. Can't imagine the smell now, and it's been forever. Fabuloso and Irish Spring. I grew up super poor and this is what we always had on hand. Lee jeans. For some reason. I don't even know why. Something from when I was a kid. It used to be Carhartt, Stanley, and Crocs, but rich kids have co-opted blue collar. Supreme. Poor people are mostly the ones spending $500 on the stupid t-shirts. Price Right, I don't even know if it still exists, but it was below great value. Gucci. It gets just always counterfeited and new money loves it so much. Texas Roadhouse, the best steaks. Olive Garden, the best Italian. None. Being poor I usually go with what's on sale brand or no. Lol. I learned that every brand I use is associated with poor people. Ironically, anyone who flashes Gucci, LV, Balenciaga, etc. these days. It's amazing the privilege showing in some of these comments. Flavor Aid, Kool-Aid's cheap. Flavor Aid is DIRT, rent a center. That place was made to prey on the poor.